Hey there, mathematicians, it's Justin again. In our last two lessons, we learned that the order of operations is the sequence in which mathematical operations should be performed, and how to use the order of operations when solving complex problems. If you need a review of either one of these topics, please revisit the Introduction to Order of Operations or Simplifying Expressions lessons in this unit. We'll be using those skills today to solve some word problems. By the end of this lesson, you'll be able to write algebraic expressions based on real-world situations and apply the order of operations to solve real-world problems. Have your guided notes ready? And let's get going. While shopping earlier today, I got 3 boxes of popsicles at $4 each, a beach ball for $2, and a pool float originally priced at $20 but discounted $6 off. While trying to determine how much this would all cost me, I realized that I was using the order of operations. Can you help me figure out my total? When solving word problems like my shopping scenario, we'll follow these 4 steps. Start by summarizing the problem without numbers. This crucial step, often overlooked, sets the scene and guides us through the following steps. The second step is to identify the important information. Next, model the problem as an algebraic expression, and finally, solve it using the order of operations. We can use the acronym SIMS to help us remember these steps. Let's use SIMS to figure out how much I spent at the store earlier. So, I bought 3 boxes of popsicles that were $4 each, a beach ball for $2, and a $20 pool float that was $6 off. How much did I pay in total? Step 1. Summarize. A strong summary should be detailed enough that we can imagine the story taking place without including specific details.
A good summary might be, I bought popsicles, a beach ball, and a discounted pool float. How much did I spend?
This clarifies our objective. Find each item's price and add them for the total cost. In step 2, we identify important information. Remember, our objective is to find the price of each item and sum them up. As we read through the problem again, let's circle important information and jot down useful notes. The first sentence says, I bought 3 boxes of popsicles that were $4 each. Let's circle 3 boxes and $4 each. We could determine how much the popsicles cost by repeatedly adding 4 plus 4 plus 4. Repeated addition is the same thing as multiplication, so let's make a quick note that the price of the popsicles can be represented as 4 times 3. The sentence continues on to say, I bought a beach ball for $2. Let's circle $2 and make a note that the ball was $2. I also bought a $20 pool float that was $6 off. To calculate the price of the float, we'll need to subtract the discounted amount. Let's circle this information and make a note that the float costs $20 minus 6. The last sentence says, how much did I pay in total? I'm going to circle pay in total because that tells me that we're looking for the total sum of all the items and that our final answer will need to be reported in dollars. Next, step 3. Model the problem as an algebraic expression. The cost of the popsicles is represented by 4 times 3. The beach ball was $2, and the cost of the float is represented by 20 minus 6. Grouping symbols, like the parentheses used here, help us to signify that certain parts of the expression should be chunked together. To get the total cost, we'll need to add up the prices of each of the items, so our expression will read the quantity of 4 times 3 plus 2 plus the quantity of 20 minus 6. Lastly, step 4. Solve using the order of operations. There are 2 groupings here. 4 times 3 equals 12, and 20 minus 6 equals 14. 12 plus 2 equals 14, and 14 plus 14 equals 28. So I spent a total of $28. Don't forget to include the units. Great work! Let's try another one.
Emily bakes 4 batches of cookies, with each batch containing 8 cookies.
She gives half of the cookies away at soccer practice. How many cookies does Emily have left? Step 1. Summarize. Why don't you practice writing a summary and we can compare our summaries once you're done. Pause here and write your summary without including any numbers. Here's what I came up with. Emily bakes cookies and then gives half away. How many are left? It's okay if your summary is a little different than mine, but if you need to make any changes to your summary, pause the video and do that now. Before diving into specific details, we already know that we need to find Emily's cookie total, then split that amount in half. Now on to step 2, identify. Remember to circle important information and jot down any useful notes. Pause here while you complete step 2. Emily baked 4 batches of cookies, and each batch has 8 cookies. We can multiply 8 times 4 to determine her total cookie count. Emily gave away half of the cookies, which we can calculate by dividing by 2. How many cookies left tells us that our answer should be reported in units of cookies. Step 3, model the problem as an expression. Use the information you identified in the problem to write your own expression. Pause here while you work. We'll start by finding the total cookies Emily baked, which we represent with 8 times 4. Remember, using grouping symbols helps us to stay organized. Emily then gives away half, so we need to divide the total cookies by 2. Now, step 4, solve. 8 times 4 equals 32, divided by 2 equals 16. Emily is left with 16 cookies. Excellent work. Let's do one final practice problem. Jacob read 2 books during the first week of summer, doubled his reading the following week, and then read 5 books the third week. How many books has Jacob read in total over the 3 weeks? I think you're ready to solve this one all by yourself. Pause here and complete all 4 steps of Sims. We'll check your work when you're done. Step 1, summarize. Jacob read some books in the first week. He read twice as many books the second week, and he read even more the third week. How many total books did he read? Step 2, identify. 2 books in the first week, doubled in week 2, 5 in week 3. We want to know how many books he read in total. Step 3, model. We need to add up his reading from each week, so our expression is 2 plus the quantity of 2 times 2 plus 5. And step 4, solve. 2 times 2 equals 4. 2 plus 4 equals 6. And 6 plus 5 equals 11. 11 what? 11 books. Make sure you included those units. Great job. Awesome work today, mathematicians. You now know how to write algebraic expressions based on real-world situations. You also know how to apply the order of operations to solve real-world problems. Be sure to complete the practice questions and extension activity that go along with this lesson. And when you're ready, finish up the order of operations unit by completing the assessment. See you next time!